My story is about how I almost failed the one job not on my badge, keeping my family safe. I'll start at the beginning. We roll into Lantern Park at dusk, Ferris wheel a halo over the mountain. Lena trades tickets for wristbands. The kids aim for the costume contest stage. I tell myself I'm off duty. I am not. Air layers, kettle corn cider, a faint bite of solvent from the makeup tent. Clowns drift in twos, shoes ringing little bells for the kids. The principal, Dr. Harper, works the crowd near the judge's table, pumpkin pin bright. He gives me the civic nod. The MC, tall, painted, friendly, tests his wireless. "Eyes on me, kiddos," he sings, tapping the stage. My son Max repeats it, pleased by the rhythm. Backstage is black curtains and props. A volunteer shows me the finale gag, a prop gallows with a safety pin through the latch. "All pretend," he grins. I nod, file the hardware. Round one begins. Zombies giggle, pirates lose swords. I smell peppermint, sharp and out of place unless someone loves mints. Max goes still, eyes past my shoulder. Harper slips behind the curtain with a clipboard. The MC follows, mic muted, voice low. A prop tech in orange vest ducks past. I catch hands near the latch, quick, sure. The volunteer is gone. The vest looks the same. The wristband color doesn't, staff wear green. This reads blue under the lights. Intermission trick, a little history of Halloween. The gallows rolls center. Parents lift phones. Harper climbs the step, playing along. The MC taps the beam. Bells on his shoes ring once, twice. From my angle behind a speaker, the latch gleams bare metal, no pin. My ribs go cold. I move. Lena gathers the kids by the left rail because she reads my face like weather. The drop is wrong. No scream. A dead fold behind curtain and wood making that private, awful sound. The PA hiccups. The crowd cheers, then gasps, then goes quiet when the clown's smile forgets its job. I'm under the curtain in 3 seconds. I flip the release and get Harper down. No gore, just gravity and an edit in the room. Security floods in. Radios hiss. Someone yells medical. Protocol catches breath for us. The solvent smell spikes. The latch wears a clean, thumb-wide streak like someone wiped prints. The MC, bright for the crowd, low for us, says malfunction. His bells tick when he shifts. Same 1-2 Max noticed. The director wants evacuation. Security wants lockdown. They split the difference. Soft isolation. Gates temporarily closed. Rides paused. PA, please remain for a special presentation. We pretend choice still exists. I crouch to Max. Do you remember a face? He squeezes his eyes, opens them. I remember the sound, he whispers. Bells and the candy smell. Nina adds, he said eyes on me, kiddos, but not in the microphone. The MC is 20 feet away, comforting fairy wings, bells now quiet. His band still reads blue, prop techs around him blink green. The color could be gels or intent. A guard blocks me. I flash a badge that belongs to a calmer hour. He exhales. We had a pin, he says. Someone swapped it. Which someone? I ask, eyeing identical vests and painted faces that turn humans into furniture. Lena meets my look. Keep them left, stay low, call Nora if I don't answer. One nod. We've used it in ERS and long nights. They announce contest finals after a brief break. The gallows vanishes behind curtain like a secret badly taught. I'm not letting my family stand through another trick. I find the orange vest. Where's the prop shop? Back of makeup, left of the carousel, he says automatically, then remembers not to help. Restricted. Everything's restricted now, I say, and slip into the seam the park leaves for parents and problems. Sugar on top, solvent under it. A clown hums Monster Mash. Bells faint as a metronome. My son's hand finds mine and doesn't let go. If this was an accident, it wore a wristband. If it was a person, he practiced his line in shoes that ring. I follow the smell. The makeup tent hums like a hive. Air tastes like spirit gum and orange soda. Mirrors throw back 100 faces that aren't real. I move along canvas walls to a door marked prop shop. Padlock snapped open, loop dangling like a loose tooth. Inside, tool smell, contact cement, sawdust, rubber paint. Racks of foam weapons, trick hinges, a bin labeled safety pins that should be heavy and isn't. On the bench, 2 latches. One shines raw, the other is dull with grease pencil X marks. A blue rag reeks of peppermint alcohol, makeup remover, not hand sanitizer. Footsteps. The MC's voice, off mic close. I kill my light and slide behind costume racks. He enters with a prop tech, green wristband, arguing stage timing. Up close I catch the MC's wristband again, blue, not staff green. He palms a pin from the bench, then frowns when the bin rattles empty. We'll improvise, he says. His shoe shifts, bells whisper 1-2. My pulse learns the rhythm, they exit, I breathe. On the pegboard hangs a laminated checklist, gallows of pin /latch /release /demo. Next to pin, someone's added a smiley in silver Sharpie. The handwriting curls its S the same way as on the volunteer sign-up sheets. Not proof, direction. I slide open a drawer. Solvent, adhesive, a blister pack of mini jingle bells, brand new, 2 missing. Another drawer, wristbands, rolls of green, a small roll of blue with a sticky note MC. So blue is legit for the MC, for no one else. On the floor, a crescent of rubber shavings like a heel was sanded. I pocket one into an evidence bag I pretend I don't carry off duty. The smell of peppermint sits heavy, mixed with the colder tang of lacquer thinner. Someone cleaned fast. Phone buzz. Lena. Kids with me, soft isolation holding. Where are you? Prop shop. MC wristband is blue only. Bells peppermint, keep left rail. If crowd moves, go with it, not against. Copy. Max says the bells counted 2. I push through to the back door that opens toward the carousel. A trail of silver confetti dots the asphalt, tiny moons leading toward the service lane. Confetti isn't on tonight's run of show. I scoop a pinch. It smells faintly. Minted. No, my brain is primed, it's just metal. A park guard spots me. Restricted. Detective, I say, I need prop room logs. He fishes a binder. Sign-outs by hour, prop by prop. Gallows pin signed out at 7:40 by T. Keller, the volunteer I met. At 8:05, override initials, MC, no return. Who can override? Stage lead or MC, he says. Tight crew tonight. Budget, he shrugs apology. Over the PA, the calm voice returns. Finalists to staging. The crowd cheers like they've chosen to. I circle back toward stage. The MC coaches a line of kids, pirates, astronauts, a tiny witch with nervous hands. Eyes on me, kiddos, he sings soft. Bells count 1-2. He sees me and performs friendliness. Up close, peppermint lives in his breath. Rough night, he says. We keep it light for the little ones. We keep it safe, I say. Always, he says. He steps to demo a bow and his cuff lifts. Thin lacquer line along his wrist, the way painters wear summer. He notices my notice, smiles wider. Nora pings me, text only. Unit staged. No hard evac until you confirm intent. Need probable. Working it. Prop swap confirmed. MC override. Peppermint, bells, lacquer, blue band. Find the link to Harper. Motive. Motive hides in routines. I check the judge clipboard on a music stand. Time scribbled. Sponsor stickers. School seal. Harper championed the contest for funding. Pushed to move it here this year. MC. A parent volunteer. Name Mason Cole. Photo in the brochure. No makeup. Tonight he's behind paint. The program credits Cole's costumes for creative support. I clock the logo again. Carved C with tiny bells. I remember a complaint last spring. Vendor invoices contested by the school board. Harper pushed back. Someone ate a penalty. Max tugs my sleeve. Lena kept them left, but he slipped to me like a magnet. He changed shoes, Max whispers. Before the trick, his bells were louder. Now they're quiet. Good ears, I say. I crouch. Can you point? Max shakes his head, scared of being wrong. I remember 1-2. The MC floats back to center. Final round in 5. The director, pale, wants the moment to be normal so badly he's willing to help it happen. I step to the audio table. You have UV floods. For the slime act, the text says. Put them on the deck when I say. 30 seconds. Who are you? Someone who hates improvisation, I say. I walk on stage like I belong, mic clipped from a spare. The MC blinks. I smile with no teeth. Quick safety add-on, I tell the crowd. Blacklight check for the kids' costumes. He can't argue without seeming anti-safety. He nods, bells mum. I give the tech the cut sign. UV floods the stage. Whites bloom. Dusk glows. So do the MC's cuffs. Fine specks up his forearms where lacquer caught and dried. His shoes sparkle with micro glitter, the kind stuck to brand new bells. The prop tech's green stay dull. His blue band fluoresces a different dye than staff. None of that is a confession. Together it's a map. Eyes on me, kiddos, he says again, automatic, and in the extra half beat his mouth adds the line. I hear two bells answer from his shoe. Probability hardens. Motive sniffed. Means in hand. I just need him to make one mistake in public. I keep the mic, kill my voice, and step off stage into the seam between curtains. If this was sabotage, it traveled like a routine, not a stunt. Audio table. Pre-fader listen on the MC's pack, I ask. The tech points at a recorder the size of a deck of cards, show backup, always rolling. We scrub to 10 minutes before the drop. His voice is off to house, onto file. Pins a prop, we're fine. Eyes on me, kiddos. Metal clicks, a soft 1-2 jingle. Then a second voice closer to the latch, swap it and smile. I mark the time. I text Nora, PF record, MC at latch minutes prior. Second voice unknown, copy. Soft hold stays, fine link, why Harper? Makeup tent again. A trash bin breathes peppermint alcohol, cap off, label peeled. Beside it, a blue rag streaked gray. In a mesh cubby, a spare pair of clown shoes. Soles dusted with micro glitter, a mini bell missing from one lace. I bag a fallen bell from the floor grate. Its split ring is bright, new tonight. Locker row. On a top shelf, a wristband roll, blue with a sticky note MC. Under it, a snapped green band with the adhesive torn, as if someone wore staff once and needed to stop. The prop tech who froze by the curtain, or someone borrowing his vest. Lena pings, kids okay. Max remembers bells near the carousel mirror. Nina says the candy smell came from a black blazer, not a costume. Black blazer narrows it to parents and staff, not performers. I check the prop log again. Volunteer T. Keller signed out the pin. MC overrode. A sticky on the page reads Harper script at 8:30. Demo equals safe. The handwriting curls the S like on the volunteer board. If the MC added smileys, he practiced being harmless. Motive. I pull the event brochure from a stack. Mason Cole, owner of Cole's Costumes, creative support. Last spring's minutes on my phone. The school board denied Cole's invoice after Harper flagged non-compliant safety hardware. A penalty ate his quarter. He lost the standing contract to another vendor this fall. Grievance given a stage. I walk the service lane behind the carousel. Silver confetti trails to a door tagged staff only. Inside, a cramped office, clipboard, sponsor envelopes, a safe with a scratched school seal sticker. On the desk, an invoice to Cole stamped DENIED. Harper's signature neat and final. Next to it, an alley pass for parent volunteer backstage. Name M. Cole. The pass bears a peppermint thumbprint I can smell before I see. Footsteps. I pocket the phone and turn. Sierra, stage manager, black blazer, hands up. Peppermint? None citrus soap. You shouldn't be here, she says quietly, then adds, you also should. She glances at the invoice. He begged for reinstatement. Harper said no on safety. They fought by the dunk tank at rehearsal. No punches. Words that wanted to be. Second voice on the recorder, I ask, could be T. Keller. He babysits the gag, but Keller's band is green and he doesn't smell like a candy cane. Where is he? Prop shop, counting pins that aren't there. Max appears in the doorway, Lena a step behind. Max's eyes fix on the shoe rack by the coat stand. He changed, he whispers. Before the trick, bells louder than quiet, those shoes have bell dust, he points. A pair of plain dress shoes sprinkled with micro glitter, as if they kissed a new pair in a hurry. Back to Mom, I say. He nods, does it, no argument, fears one gift. Over PA, finals in 2, the park wants closure. The The crowd wants a story that ends where their kids can clap. I text Nora. Mason Cole equals motive denied invoice, means override pin, markers peppermint, bells lacquer, need public mistake. We're staged. If you can force it clean, do it on mic. I head for the wings. The MC does a last walkthrough with the finalists, patter easy. Up close, his cuffs still sparkle under UV. A lacquer line traces his wrist. Big smiles, he tells a pirate, then to me, aside, we all need a win tonight. Wins don't need solvents, I say. On a cable cart, I spot the safety pin, the real one, taped under a strip of gaffer like a magician's spare. It reeks of peppermint. I tug it free with the tape still wrapped, prints preserved if any survived the scrub. I take the spare mini bell from my pocket and roll it across the deck. It rings 1-2 as it bumps a seam, his rhythm, not chance. He looks down reflexively, a micro flinch he can't paint over. House, I tell the audio tech, open my mic. I step into a circle of light because sometimes you don't get privacy and proof at once. Quick safety note, I tell the crowd, and thousands of eyes give me permission. A prop failed earlier. We're going to show you how the release and pin work so every kid can see the trick is safe. I hold up the taped pin in a gloved hand. The MC can't stop me without declaring the night unsafe. His smile works hard, his bells don't. Stage, I say, blacklight please. UV washes us. The taped pin glows where peppermint dried. His cuffs glitter where lacquer sprayed. The blue wristband fluoresces unlike staff's green. None of it is a verdict. All of it is a lane. Sir, I say to the MC, show the kids where the pin goes. He reaches and hesitates, just long enough to tell the room he knows exactly where it belongs. That's the first mistake. I'm about to ask for the second. I keep the taped pin in a glove and ask the MC to show the kids where it lives. He reaches, stalls, smiles wider. That half-second sells more than speeches. Walk me through it, I say, friendly for the crowd, flat for him. Pin here, release here, say it with me, he repeats. His bells don't. Up close I catch the peppermint again, clean and deliberate like armor. Good, I tell the house. Now we'll use a spare. I hand the pin to a prop tech, green wristband, and keep my eyes on the MC's hands. He does the showman thing, gesturing big. His cuff flashes a faint lacquer line under UV, then hides. I kill my mic and slide off into the wing. T. Keller, the volunteer who signed out the pin, waits by the fly rail, pale, shaking. You overrode by MC, I say. Why, I didn't, he says, eyes on the floor. He took the sheet. Said we were behind. He hands me his phone without prompting. A video from earlier shows Keller at the makeup tent, time-stamped minutes before the drop, doing touch-ups on a papier-mâché pumpkin. In frame, a clock and a weather banner on the PA screen, hard to fake. Keller wasn't at the latch. So who said, swap it and smile? Keller swallows. Stage left intercom. Only MC and stage manager have headsets tonight. Budget, stage manager, Sierra in a black blazer. The one Nina clocked without peppermint. I step to her. Did you give a swap order? She steals. No, I called hold for safety. He, a glance toward the MC, said he'd cover and then vanished for 30 seconds. When he came back, we were suddenly on schedule. Why Harper? I ask. Why risk a trick on the man in charge? She hesitates, then opens the office safe. Inside, copies of denied invoices to Cole's costumes, notes in Harper's hand, non-compliant latch hardware, training required. Attached, a letter rescinding Cole's district contract effective this fall. Money and pride in one envelope. PA. Finalists to places. The room sways toward closure. I text Nora. Volunteer alibi video plus headset restriction. Motive equals lost contract. MC off-grid 030 pre-drop. Request discreet pickup team at stage left post-finals. On your mark, she replies. I find Lena and the kids by the left rail. Finale, then we go, I tell her. Keep them behind you, she nods. Max squeezes my wrist twice, the bell pattern, our quick code now. Back at audio, I ask for floor mics up, crowd dimmed. The MC lines the kids across the deck, soaking approval. Eyes on me, kiddos, he sings, natural as breathing. Two tiny bells answer from his shoe when he pivots. I need one public mistake. Before we crown, I tell the room, one more safety check. Our prop pin is back where it belongs. Right, crew, right, Keller says into the house mic, voice shaking but true. And because this is a learning festival, I add, we're going to let the MC show how any adult can verify the pin is present, no tools. He can't refuse without looking like a villain. He squats, sells a flourish, reaches for the latch, then doesn't touch it. His fingers hover a hair above metal, trained not to leave prints after a solvent scrub. He turns the gesture into a wave for the kids. It's good theater. It is also fear. The UV clicks on. His cuff dust blooms again. Lacquer freckles up the forearm, micro glitter at the shoe seam where bells were swapped. I open my mic just enough. Sir, I say soft but recorded, please press the pin. Show the click. He leans, loses the angle, and for a blink his sleeve rides high. A faint blue dye ring ghosts his skin where a wristband sat earlier. He swapped bands tonight. There's my second mistake. Thank you, I tell him, stepping in close enough that only the front rows hear. After we crown the winners, you and I will walk to stage left and replay your 30 seconds. His smile thins. The bells twitch. He finally presses the pin safe, real, loud in the PA, and the crowd applauds because sound means order. We crown pirates and witches. Phones bloom. On cue, the park unleashes a low confetti pulse, silver moons drifting under the UV. The MC reflexively shields his cuff from the light. Reflex is a confession the body gives away. Now, I say, and tap my earpiece. Stage left. Two plainclothes step from the wings like they belong to the set. The MC backs towards stage right instead, bells ticking. I cut him off with a father's casual step and a detective's feet. He pivots, and his shoe leaves a faint lacquer smudge on the black deck where the peppermint rag touched earlier. Third mistake, enough, house, I call Mike up. Lights to work. The show dies, the truth doesn't. He runs, I don't. I let the crowd cameras do what crowds do best, see. Nora's team meets him at the ramp, quiet and final. Lena squeezes my shoulder. Max breathes. Nina smiles the way kids do when a story ends where it should. One more thing. I lift the taped pin for the nearest phone. This, I tell it, is what safe looks like. They lead the MC off the ramp, bells quiet as coins. The park exhale starts. Parents talk too loud, kids wave trophies. The wheel creaks back to life. I keep my mic dark and follow the seam of curtain and rail to stage left. 30 seconds is a long time if you know where to look. Headset rack, 2 units labeled MC and SM. The stage manager's pack shows a continuous green bar. The MC's log has a clean gap, audio carrier dead for 32 right before the drop. Someone powered down long enough to work with both hands. Keller meets me there, steadier now. I called hold, he says, voice small. He said, we're on schedule, and cut me off. Where were you standing? Fly rail, stage left. Couldn't see the latch. I kneel at the rail base. Peppermint ghosts up from the wood. A smear of lacquer shines thin where a cuff might brush in a crouch. I tape lift a flake, bag it. Above us, the prop pin sits home and honest, the way it should have an hour ago. Stay on comms, I tell Keller. No speeches, just time stamps. Backstage office. Sierra unlocks a drawer and hands me what I didn't know I needed. A run-of show annotated in 2 pens. Her neat black marks. An aggressive blue that rewrites margins. Intermission history bit adds stunt. Timing, hit 8:30 cold. Blue pen matches the notes on the prop log override. Blue ink stains the cap of a peppermint bottle in the trash. She shakes her head. He convinced me he had clearance. He flashed a district email on his phone. I didn't read the header. I read the hour. I scroll his vendor file. Kohl's costumes. Emails from last spring. Harper flagging non-compliant latch hardware. An invoice bounced. A contract terminated. Money, pride, access. Means is a hallway. Motive is a door. Lena texts, kids okay. Max says bells again near the carousel mirrors earlier, then quiet, like shoes changed. Good, keep them near concessions. If the crowd moves, flow with it. At concessions, I buy time and a bottle of water I don't drink. The peppermint smell is gone here. The world smells like sugar and wet rope. Max squeezes my fingers 1-2, it's our code now, a metronome for fear. He looked at us, Nina says. When he walked off, I file it where I file anger. Nora finds me under the string lights. We have him on probable, she says. Swap access timeline, he says accident. Accidents don't swap wristbands, I say. He cut his band, wore blue to pass gates, killed his pack to free both hands, wiped the latch with solvent. What's left? Intent. And one public thread so the town believes its own eyes. We build the last knot. Prop room log override MC. Headset gap 32. UV lacquer freckles bell glitter. Blue dye ring on wrist. Peppermint on pin and rail. Denied invoice with Harper's signature. Audio backup with swap it and smile. Sierra steps closer, blazer sharp, voice low. We still have the stunt emails, she says. He pitched a realism pass to sell the bit. Harper wrote no live hardware, he replied, then watch me. Print it, Nora says. We move to the prop shop to lock chain. On the bench, the bell blister pack 2 gone. A lacquer can still tacky. A roll of blue bands marked MC. 1 green torn and tossed. In a cubby, the friendly clown shoes, new bells, fresh glue. I dust a bell with UV, it throws stars. Phone, Nora asks me. I open the PF recorder again and win to the quiet minute. You can hear the show inhale, kids on sugar and air. Then his voice smaller because it isn't on the house. Eyes on me, kiddos. A soft 1-2 jingle. The second voice closer to metal, swap it and smile. The carrier dies. 32 seconds. When it returns, he says, we're on. I send the clip to Nora. She nods once and tucks the recorder like a promise. The park director wants to reopen the rides. I tell him no. You have a crowd that thinks it saw a trick, I say. If you give them a coaster, they'll keep the lie. He blinks like I used math on a ghost. Then how, he asks. We give them the ending on the same stage that almost took it. I look at Nora. She doesn't love it, she doesn't stop it. 2 minutes, she says, clean and legal. We set it fast. Work lights ready. UV warmed, floor mics up. Sierra positions the crew like chess, Keller at pin, 2 guards at ramps. My family behind the left rail where I can see them and they can see me. Last call, Nora says in my ear. If he flips this, I pull you. He won't, I say. He already practiced the wrong line. The PA sighs. The crowd hushes in that grateful way towns do when order volunteers to return. I step into the light with the pin and a story I can tell in a minute. Before we end, I say, we need to show you what safe looks like and what doesn't. Work lights up. No music, the stage looks like what it is, wood, screws, and choices. I said we'd show you safe, I tell the crowd, mic steady. This is a pin. It holds a latch. If it's here, a trick is pretend. If it isn't, someone made a decision. Keller on a house mic clicks the pin in and out. The sound is small and perfect. Kids nod like a rule just learned them back. Now, I say, the rules we heard tonight. I raise a hand. UV, blacklight floods the deck. The pin in my glove glows where peppermint dried. The MC's cuffs bloom with lacquer specks. His shoes seem sparkle with bell glitter. A low ripple moves through the crowd. Oh. Wristbands tell us who goes where, I continue. Staff wear green. One person here wore blue for the mic and nothing else. I point, not at his face but at his wrist. Under the paint, a faint blue dye ring ghosts his skin. He tugs the cuff down. Another O. Sierra rolls a monitor speaker to the footlight. I nod. We also keep backups. Audio that hears what the room doesn't. The tech hits play. The MC's voice close and private, pins a prop, we're fine. Eyes on me, kiddos. A soft 1-2 jingle. Then a second voice from stage left, swap it and smile. Carrier drops for 32 seconds. When it returns, we're on. I let silence hold. Accidents don't plan 30 seconds of quiet. He finds his smile. You're turning grief into theater, he says, loud enough for sympathy. A latch failed. I kept children calm. You kept access, I say. You lost contract, you lost face, and you brought both to a stage. You swapped bells, shoes, and a wristband. You wiped prints with solvent. You pitched a realism pass. Harper wrote, no live hardware. You wrote, then watch me. He looks at Sierra. She doesn't look back. He looks at Keller. Keller finds his pin and doesn't let go. He looks at the crowd and chooses what he knows, perform. Kids, he says, soft, reaching a hand toward a row of fairy wings, eyes on, Max beats him. My son claps twice, 1, 2, the bell rhythm. The front rows echo. It's nothing and it's everything. His pattern is no longer his. I step in, leaving the pin where the cameras can see it. We're done watching, I say. He pivots to bolt stage right. Guards wait. He fakes left. Bells tick anyway, habit betrays him. He grabs a curtain rope. Lacquer prints shine under UV. Nora's team closes, quiet and competent. He stops like men stop when a door exists only for other people. Probable cause plus public safety, Nora says, voice for the tape. Turn around. He does, cuffs click. Not theater procedure. I turn back to the house. Parents, thank your kids for their patience. Crew, lock the prop shop. Park, lights to walk. We're going to clear row by row. The director nods, pale but present. Sierra takes the center mic and proves why stage managers should run towns. Left rail first, she says gently. Winners pick up prizes at concessions tomorrow. Lena and the kids meet me at the wing. Nina hugs my leg, then lets go like a pro. Max leans into my side and breathes in twos until his shoulders forget the bells. Keller holds up the pin to a dozen phones. This is what safe looks like, he says, voice finding itself. As the crowd thins, the park exhales into real night, fewer faces, more air. Peppermint fades back to sugar. The wheel spins again, not to distract but because it's built to. Nora tips me a look that means, 1 more form, 10 more calls, no victory laps. I nod. Next is boring, I tell Max. Boring is good. He nods like a man who's earned it. We walk past the gallows, now just lumber and lessons, and into the part of the story where lights are regular and every screw gets counted. We debrief in a birthday party room that smells like frosting and floor cleaner. UV is off, paperwork is on. Nora runs the tape. 32 seconds of headset silence, the override, the blue band, the peppermint pin, the lacquer freckles. He stares at the table like it owes him. Accident, he tries again. Stage fright, I kept order. You kept score, I say. Harper cost you the contract. You wrote, then watch me. We did. He waits for sympathy. It doesn't clock in. I just wanted one clean show, he says at last, voice flat where paint can't help, so he'd see it. There's the intent, not chaos, humiliation. You don't get to aim that at a town. Nora reads the rights. He signs, not with a flourish, just small, neat letters that hate being small. They walk him out past a mural of smiling pumpkins. Bells on evidence ring once inside the bag. Lena brings the kids to the quiet room. Nina accepts a paper cup of water like a medal. Max studies the safety pin on the table, then looks up at me. It clicks, he says. It does, I answer. That's what safe sounds like. We give statements. Sierra turns the run-of show pages for CSU with the precision of a person who has been trusted with other people's evenings and intends to keep being. Keller holds the pin until the tech logs it, then laughs once, the shaky laugh people earn. Outside, the park returns itself to families in stripes and denim. The wheel turns. The PA plays a timid song about monsters who are jokes again. A breeze pushes kettle corn sugar through the midway. For a second, it almost feels like we never left the line for the carousel. On the walk to the lot, I lag half a step to inventory the debt. I ran my family toward a stage with a stranger who rehearsed control. I taught my son to hear 1-2 and my daughter to read cuffs under UV. They learned. That's pride and cost stitched together. At the car, Lena leans on the door and measures me. You did both jobs, she says. The badge one and the other one. I did them late, I say. You did them in time, she answers, and the kind of tired I am decides to believe her. Phone buzz. Nora, charges set tampering, reckless endangerment, assault with a staged device. Probate court will chew the rest, she adds, Harper stable. I didn't know I was holding that breath until it leaves. Max asks if the festival still counts as Halloween. It does, I say. Some nights are 2 things. Back home, I hang my thrift store cape on a chair and wash peppermint out of my hands, the smell that pretended to be clean. On the table, I set the wristbands we kept, green for staff, blue for a mic, and promise myself I'll never stop noticing dye. Before sleep, I replay the mic cut, the 30 seconds that turned a stunt into a crime. It was small. It was enough. Most lies are. Morning will bring affidavits, a press line, counselors for kids who heard the wrong sound in a fun place. The park will buy more pins and fewer shortcuts. The school will buy time for itself the hard way, with meetings that hurt. As for me, I file the report, then write the line Max gave me, because it belongs in both. When the mask slipped, the bells told the truth.